Hello and welcome to the Audio Punch Podcast. This is your host, Daniel C. Morrison, and have I got yet another treat for you. One of the most fun final questions I ever had was with a band called Anew Revolution. And you metalheads probably know who I'm talking about here. Is that the one about the don't ruin it for them? Hey guys, can I get in here? No, Ghost. Yeah, he's never gonna let you get in here, dude. Yeah, he's not, ever. I know everybody wants to just start talking. I'll tell you what, other Danny, you say something. You take over. Cool. Hey, I want to take over. Oh no, I get it this time. Well, no wells. Why do you always say well anyway? Well. You some kind of villain or something? I don't know what I am. You sound like Ghost. Strange accent, Ghost, now. Did somebody call for me, I think? No, nobody did. Don't you say anything. It's my turn on here. Did you not remember a time around? Oh yeah, we do remember. Guys, do not engage the Ghost. Sorry, Ghost, but it's not all the time I get to be on the mic, bro. Can you talk today? Fuck no, I can't talk. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just gonna go eat. You know, you better watch that. Oh yeah, you better tell him, Dan. Yeah, I need to tell you all that. I've got another heart cath procedure coming up. And I almost bled to death last time, which is the whole reason why I'm doing the audio punch, for those of you who don't know. After I'd almost bled to frickin' death, and they stopped that artery from bleeding out. I was laying there, and I was thinking, what the frick am I gonna do? You know, what can I do in life that excites me? I think I've been around so many people that have just pulled the excitement out of me that it was really tough to get into this all over again. But daggone it, music is life. And now I gotta have a heart cath to see what's going on there. Which I think it's just these compressed discs, but I feel like they'd rather just milk that fucking insurance money. I would so much want the discs in my back that were compressed checked out first, man. But anyway, I'm just saying all this, that episode 0 series is going to continue just a little bit longer because I need to see what's going to come of that before I get into any new fresh interviews. So, and there is some excitement though, because I do have my own music starting up now. So the band named Venom Wine, I have my first professionally mixed and mastered single, World Around Me, a song I wrote in the early 90s actually. My circle of friends enjoyed it. LRS played it on their local radio show a couple times. But what's crazy is that bands, how do you all do it? How do you all get together and stick together? That's what I'd like to know. Seems like anybody I get with just doesn't want to ever show up or writes their own music instead of learning my tunes, and it's fucking discouraging, really. So it's amazing when I hear bands like, you know, Aerosmith, 10 Years, Chevelle, Metallica, Small Town Titans, Lucero. I mean, list goes on and on. It's like, wow, these dudes are still together, still doing music. I don't know what the magic is, but I want a band. So, hey, Louisville, Kentucky people. If you like hard rock, 90s alternative, post-grunge, hit me up. Let's see if we can do something, man. Because this solo adventure ain't great. In fact, let me just shut up now. This podcast has just turned into a downer, huh? My bad, guys, my bad. Let's lift ourselves up by listening to Anew Revolution, like I did back in 2011. No, because I already muted you guys. I didn't want to deal with it. Jeez frickin' Louise. Anyway, Anew Revolution coming at you, and after that, I'm going to play you World Around Me, the single, the debut single from Venom Wine. You can check Venom Wine out, www.venomwine.com. Take you to the Bandcamp page, VYNOMWINE, Venom with a VYNOM. Yeah, because I'm that frickin' cool. So World Around Me, mixed and mastered by Ronald James of Warped Hats Studio. The commercial I keep airing. It's not really a commercial, it's just the guy's pretty good, especially for the price. So yeah, stay tuned and listen to that once again. Once in a while he has even better deals. So, y'all ready to get into it? Let's do it. And then do let me know what you think of the World Around Me song, because that is a near and dear one to me. It's probably the most popular one back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I released it. Also at the website, theaudiopunch.com, you can see the weekly spotlight artist. I'm gonna cut that off and burn it. Stay off. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it a mystery. You just go to the website and you check it out. How about that? Don't forget we got full-fledged music reviews of Scum Love, Talbert, Jess Abram, Who Is Tragic, Miss Joshua, and more on the website. And in just a couple short weeks, we're going to get new, fresh interviews. Sound good? All right, let's do it. Get away, Ghost.
And on the line with us, I have Joey from Anew Revolution. So, Joey, we'll start this off, and I'll ask you, what is your favorite carnival ride?
I'd have to say a pony ride.
Pony ride. If I remember right, you like the game where you shoot like the ducks out of the water, or those?
No, it's the one where you shoot the water, like the water. Like you got to zero on the target.
Right.
The target moves from side to side, and you just got to keep pressure on that target, whatever, to move your car or your horse forward. You know, when you're racing against like 9 other people.
Okay, that one. All right.
Yeah.
And any plans to do any carnival visiting while you're on vacation there?
Oh no, it's raining right now. There's a tropical depression. It's just blasting through right now.
Ooh, and you said something about the beach, or you were going to go towards the water. Hopefully, you didn't get any oil on you. What's that like?
I should be on the beach right now as we speak, but like I said, it's
the rain.
Tropical depression. Yeah, it just rained everything out. So it's kind of like, oh well, maybe next time.
Well, you'll get the oil tan here soon enough.
Right.
But I'm going to start off about the facts that I was reading about. If I have them correctly, I traced you all back to forming in 2005. Was that the official date that Anew Revolution started?
Yes, it was 2005.
All right. And then I also found out that Rise, the record deal, was signed in 2007. It came out in 2008, which was not very long after your EP at all. So how
Correct.
did that happen so fast?
The EP came out like, oh man, I think we started selling the EP like in 06, 07, just on the road itself. And we sold about maybe 5,000 copies of that, I think, just on our own. And then just a friend of a friend put us in contact with the people over at E1, and they came out and saw a show, and that was it. The next day, they were offering us a deal. So
that is awesome, man. Now, this second album is what you all were. It's called America.
Mhm.
And I know it has a pretty meaty sound. You've got Ben. How do you pronounce his name? Ben Schigel.
Ben Schigel, yeah, Ben Schigel.
Okay, that's kind of cool. How would you say the America album sounded as opposed from Rise, since that was a different producer?
I don't know. They're both great guys, both great producers, both have two different work ethics. Completely different work ethics. But I think, Mudrock is, he's an awesome dude. He's got these really, really low, organic tones, and Ben is more of the kind of guy like, metal should be right in your face, and it shouldn't sound organic, it should sound in your face. It should be what it is. And so, those are the two differences, I think.
Okay, and the reason why I asked that is simply because it seems like some artists have albums that change drastically, like from one to the other, like Pearl Jam's first one, and then their second one, or even Puddle of Mud. So I was wondering, do these producers allow a lot of individual freedom, or they totally did. The songs are what going to be the songs. You can't really, unless you go and completely rewrite a song. The song has an identity of what itself. It's just how that producer tends, chooses to color it or record it is a different way. So would you say the sound is drastically different from what it originally was going to be after they were done, or is it pretty much what you all had hoped it would be?
Pretty much hoped it would be.
Good. I always wondered that because I was like, why does one album sound different from the other? How much of an influence does a producer have over the artist?
You know,
That's
there's gear. I mean, gear. Everybody's ear is different. You know, I mean, especially like what type of gear you're using, what type of drums you're playing on. You know, how everything's mic'd. You know, and how the person chooses the EQ and then how they choose to mix it. You know, mixing is a very, very important aspect of the recording process. You know, I mean, that's when you can add and take away stuff. You know, if you think stuff is too, you know, organic or whatever, you can, you know, tighten stuff up here with compressors and make it more punchy. And, you know, I mean, it just depends on the way you want to, it just depends on the ear of the producer, you know, and the ear of the band and what they're happy with and what everybody's happy with, you know.
Well, I'm happy with it, so it's a good collaboration there. Now, I know you guys definitely work hard on stage, and of course, even more so to be able to make somewhat of a living playing for fans and newcomers. So I'd like to know what kind of mindset do you get into for making it in the industry? Because it seems like you'd have some great advice for aspiring artists.
What do you mean? Like, rephrase that question again. Like, what kind of
mindset for? Well, what I mean is some people will go into, like our band would go into it with the idea of making it, but then it seems like all the work that has to go into actually making it with a record label is sometimes more than people can handle. So I would like to know what kind of mindset you went in, because you got pretty far, pretty fast.
When I first got into this business was like back in 2000, and you know, and I was just like every other aspiring musician and bandmate, you know. I mean, you practice every day, you played as many gigs as you possibly could in front of all your friends and, you know, and whatever fans you've accumulated, and all you could think about was getting a deal and recording, you know, and then like going on tour. And I did that, you know. I didn't care about anything else. Like, that's all I did. And so I mean, you know, you see the stars, you know, in front of you, and you just try to reach for them. But then after a while, you realize, oh wait, there's a lot of like planets in between that you got to jump to in order to get to those stars.
That's
you know,
awesome.
And so like after a while, I mean, even, like sitting here now, you know, I mean, my mind is in a totally different place than what I was when I was an aspiring musician. Now I'm not an aspiring musician. I am a musician. I'm a songwriter, but you know, first and foremost, I'm also a businessman. You know, and it's just like, I mean, just like Gene Simmons, it's show business. You know, at the end of the day, it's show business, and you know, you'll find out really, really quickly that it's a business. You know, a lot of money changes hands. There's a lot of deals, negotiations, lawyers, all that stuff, and you know, and then on top of that, even when you go on the road, it's still a business. You know, you still have people talking to the promoters, and you know, and you got to pay your crew. You got to line up hotels and traveling and flights,
interviews.
And, you know, interviews and. You know, all the nine, man. It's just it's a business. It's almost like, you know, you own your own store. You know, you got to pay your employees, take inventory, you know, push out inventory, you know, make sure everything's up and running. You know, if something breaks, you got to get it fixed, and it comes out of your own pocket. And you know, I mean, that's just what happens. I mean, like if our van breaks down, the label doesn't pay for that. We pay for that. You know, we pay for our crew. The label doesn't pay for that. You know, we pay for our hotels. The label doesn't pay for that. So, you know, you got to bring in money, and then money goes out. You know, and at the end of the day, whatever's left over, that's your net, and then that's what goes inside your pocket.
Wow. Well,
so the more efficient you run your business, the more money you make. And that's just the bottom line. You know, you can blow it on buses and hotels and whatever, and you know, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be broke and back working a day job in between tours. So that's something we've been fortunate enough not to do.
Well, that's good. And speaking of day jobs, tell me what your day job was before you're out touring now and being awesome.
Man, when I was 25, I used to work at an engineering firm and did like drafting and stuff for like 4 years or whatever. And then I just never looked back after that.
Well, good. Sounds like you shouldn't either. So then what was, what were your influences, not just musical, but how about inspirations or role models?
You mean as far as you know, inspiration and role models? You mean like to succeed?
Yeah, to help shape your destiny.
You know, I mean, I had a lot of, you know, I mean, like my father's been very, very successful. He came from nothing. You know, both my parents came from Mexico, and they crossed over the border and, you know, went to school. My dad joined the military, and, you know, when he was 18, and went to college, and then he put my mother through college, and You know, my dad became a professor, my mom became a vice president, and you know, I mean, from nothing, they, you know, I mean, literally from nothing. I mean, you're talking, you know, no money any of these people had, you know, to being, you know, two successful people to raise a family. I mean, that right there alone is inspirational. Same thing with each band member, you know, they kind of had the same thing. You know, but then there was also other people around me, you know, that kind of inspired me to do things. You know, I would meet other musicians, I would meet successful musicians, you know, that became friends of mine. I was like, wow, these guys are like, you know, where I want to be, you know, and so how do I get there? Okay, this is how they got there. All right, this is the way you do it.
Well, that's
cool.
You guys are an inspiration. You toured with Taproot. I mean, come on, Taproot. So let's say you were in a Final Destination movie, but you could cheat death permanently by touring alongside 3 bands you always wanted to tour with. Who would they be?
Let me see, Metallica, System of a Down, and I would have to say the other one would probably have to be Slayer.
Right on. So was there ever an experience in life where you think you avoided a possible death? Like, for me, I think the first time I drank alcohol, I thought heaven was going to open up, call me moron, and shoot me straight to hell. But it turns out a good vomit or two saved my life, so what was there ever an experience?
I mean, there's been, you know, I don't know. There's been a bunch of close calls, I guess you could say. You know, I don't say I cheated death on anything, but you know, no, I mean, not really. You know, there's nothing really where I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. You know,
doing at the carnival, huh? That's good.
Yeah.
Well, let's say if a New Revolution could be part of a soundtrack, what kind of movie would that be?
Now, it again depends on the way you're looking at it. If it's just for fun, if it's just totally for fun, I would love to be like on an Iron Man fucking soundtrack, or you know, to that Excalibur, to that Forte. Or, but if it's for financial reasons, I would love to be on the Twilight.
I got you there. How different would that sound be then, I wonder?
I don't know.
Could y'all do a romantic song for, I don't even know the cast.
Iron America actually has a song that would be great for Twilight called, what the hell's the name of the song? I'm drawing a blank here.
You know better than I would.
I'm drawing a blank. It's one of our slow ones on there.
Huh. Well, I'll throw that in when I transcribe this. So.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta remember the lyrics to remember the damn name. We don't play it live, that's why.
Well, yeah, I didn't hear any soft songs, man. When the Taproot concert, you all blared the.
Oh, the song's called "Take Me Over."
Take Me Over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, as another thing, when I was at the show, somebody's like, "Is that the Foo Fighters singer?" So, did anybody ever say you look like the Foo Fighters guy?
I get David Grohl and Darren from System of a Down all the time, dude.
Really? Does that make you want to fight?
All the time. No, it's like whatever. Whatever. It's like I get it all the time. It's all good.
I wonder. Well,
then I also get like people call me like a name or whatever. And I look at them like, oh shit, I thought you were like my friend so and so. Man, you look exactly like him. Apparently, I had the face that like I look like everybody's friend. You know?
Well, maybe you're a friendly guy then. So
I'm a very friendly guy.
But does hearing that make you want to fight? Can they say that?
No.
People say you look like that. Does that make you want to fight?
Makes me want to fight? No, it doesn't make me want to fight.
Oh, well, who do you think would win in a fight between Godzilla and an equally sized version of Courtney Love?
Probably Courtney Love. She's fucking mean as hell.
Yes.
I don't know her personally, but you know, she looks like an animal.
She looks disastrous. Well,
yeah.
You see, I already asked you day jobs because that was pretty cool. And I also saw you had a tour. You still have quite a tour lined up, don't you? After your little break here.
Mhm.
So, what's been your coolest experience to date on tour?
To date on tour? Which one?
Any of the tours you've been on. So.
Shit, dude. You're trying to like tap into a mind that like erases it every single night.
Next to magnets too.
Yeah, too much debauchery. I'm trying to think. What is like one of the coolest things to date? Well, I mean, what I can draw back right now is San Antonio. The last couple of weeks, I brought my dad up on stage and wished him Happy Father's Day, and had the crowd wish him Happy Father's Day. So that was a cool event.
Well, that's pretty awesome, man.
I read about.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying also playing Kansas City Rock Fest with Stone Temple was pretty cool. 60,000 people.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, so that was pretty insane.
Was that the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
That has to be one of the biggest, yeah.
Wow. I guess that's a lot different than your Phoenix Hill Tavern experience, huh? Oh. Well, I read about you guys on MySpace, and it seems like, well, of course, you'd have a tremendous value and advice to upcoming artists. So what advice would you give them right now about trying to make it in the business?
Well, the business is changing, you know. It's evolving into something that it doesn't even know what it's evolving into just yet. So, I mean, I would advise them just to write really good songs and, you know, and record and just play as much as you can. Keep it out there. You know, promotion is key. I mean, there's no set stone in anything. You know, I get handed demo tapes all the time, but it's like, you know, I'm sitting there. It's like I'm not an A&R guy. You know, I really can't do anything with it. You know, if it's cool, if I like it, it's awesome. I can pass it on to somebody I know, but it usually doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just the case. I mean, but it all starts with, you know, writing really, really good songs. Learn to write. Learn to sing. You know, don't hand me a demo tape where you're out of tune and you can't sing. You know?
That would suck. So did you have singing lessons, or was it all natural?
I've had singing lessons, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the first thing they did when we got signed. They threw me in with a vocal coach. I mean, because, I mean, unless you're, I mean, even the fucking best singers, man, in the world still go to vocal coaches because you got to train, man. It's like being an Olympic, a gold medalist in the Olympics. Even though you won a gold medal, the next time you go back to the Olympics, you still got to train. You got to train with your coach.
Right.
You know, I mean, you never stop training. It's a tool. It's an instrument. It's a muscle. You always have to train. I mean, just because you think you can sing doesn't mean that you never have to. You know, you don't have to worry about shit again. You know, it's like, I mean, you constantly always have to be training.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. Well, go ahead and tell me where people can go to see more or hear about your stuff.
You can check it out on myspace.com/Anew Revolution or facebook.com/Anew Revolution or twitter.com/Anew Revolution.
Excellent. Now, before I get to the last question, I have Stacy on the phone. You there, Stacy?
Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Stacy is a new fan of yours, and she would like to ask you a question. So go ahead, Stacy.
I was just curious. Your song, The Saddest Song, those lyrics, they touch me so greatly. I mean, I could have written them myself. What experience were you channeling when you wrote those?
That was actually about this girl I had been dating for a long time, for a while. They kind of like, you know, did a 1-2-step number on me. And it just made me realize that, like, you know, like, I was at a point where I'm like, screw that, I'm never ever going to get hurt again, you know, and this is like, I'm never going to write, like, a heartbreak love song ever again. Like, that was it for me, you know?
So that
was, yeah, so it was like, this will be the saddest song I'm ever going to sing. That's it. And after that, it's never going to be about hurt anymore.
That's very cool.
And so, you know, that's the way it goes. But, again, you know, you live your life and, you know, you have doors of opportunity to open up and, you know, your heart's open to be hurt. And it will get hurt again.
All part of learning, right?
Yeah, it's all part of living.
Cool. Well, I just have one last question then before you enjoy that rainy, oily beach there.
Yeah.
It's quite a doozy, so this is my signature question, so prepare your mind.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's say 3 babies fell from the sky, and you suddenly had a superpower to save them. What power would you have? Which of your songs would set the mood for the scene? And what time would you think that it was really odd that 3 babies suddenly fell out of the sky?
Let me see.
All right, first question. Three babies fell out of the sky. Which superpower would I have to
save them?
To save them? I would have the ability to manipulate gravity.
Nice.
Is what I would do. So basically, I would, guide them all the way in like a feather, drop them to the floor. What song would be playing while I was doing so would probably be probably a new track on our record called Crucify.
Oh, wow.
And at what time did I think these three babies would be falling from the sky?
Yeah, what time would you be like, oh, that's odd, three babies are falling out of the sky?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, well, since I get up around 3 in the afternoon, maybe about 4 after I've had coffee, would be a good time for them to fall out of the sky.
That is awesome. For the rest of your life, you may never be asked such a question. So, Joey, I thank you a lot, man. It was cool to see you in concert and have this interview, man. I hope you enjoy your vacation. I look forward to your future success, dude.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate you taking time. Sorry again, I didn't give you a call yesterday, brother. Like I said, it's funny. I told you I would call you back at 5, and then I forgot to email it to my management company so they can put it in the books. And so I just if they don't send me anything, I just oh, whatever. So I got the email today from Bill going, hey, you need to do this interview. I was like, oh yeah, fuck. Okay, I'm on it.
It's all good. He got it squared away. I just want you to enjoy your vacation, man. That's the most important thing.
Oh, I'm trying.
Okay. Well, take care, man.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon. Enjoy. I'll see you on the road.
Attention artists. How does having a song completely recorded, mixed, mastered, and produced for only $80 sound? Need someone to play the other instruments? How does $120 sound? No, it's not too good to be true, because Ronald James at Warped Hat Studios in Harrodsburg, Kentucky has the answer. Or he can do it via stems from anywhere in the world. Let his 30 years of experience prove it to you. For more details, samples, or just to talk to the guy, contact Ronald James at warpedhatstudios@gmail.com or call him 859-324-5542. Your fans and your wallet will be glad you did. And here we go, baby. The debut single of yours truly, Venom Wine. This is World Around Me.